It's concepts with Piven. You understand just how we living. This for me is like rap religion. Open on beat cause we got this Skype. When it come to this, y'all, I can get it hype. When it come to this, yo, calm has risen. How you living, huh? Yo, how you living, Piven?
You know, there's an old saying, don't meet your heroes, you know, because they're going to disappoint you. The first pair of boxing gloves that I ever had signed were Oscar de la Hoya. We were both, I say kids, but we weren't kids. We were both, you know, kind of grown men, and he was incredibly kind, and he was just he was a mensch. He was a really decent person to me, and I've been watching him ever since. World champion, gold medal winner, and one of the top entrepreneurs, runs Golden Boy, has all the great fighters, and is on top of the world, beautiful kids, all of these things, and is a guy that I would see from afar that was in pain, and I've had the opportunity to sit down with him, and what I got, I had no idea. I'm still kind of reeling, to be honest with you. I'm so honored that he was so. You're going to see something that's vulnerable. You're not going to see coming, and he's on a path, and I feel totally ill-equipped to deal with what he just relayed to me, and I'm honored that he trusted me to say these things to, and again, you take a look at this, you guys. He's a sweet, hardworking soul who is on this incredible journey, and it's insanely revealing what you're about to see, and it's raw, and it's so incredibly truthful. And here we go, man. I'm still reeling, and he's a very, very brave guy in a time when people are very afraid to be seen in a bad light, and he's very open and doesn't care, and he shows us everything. Here we go, everybody. Oscar de la Hoya. I'm here with good God Almighty. I mean, the broad strokes. First of all, it's very surreal because I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Yeah.
And yet here we are. I don't know if you remember this, but we met years ago on Ellen.
I do, man.
Yeah, when you were a kid.
Yeah. Was it when I think we got in the ring?
Yes.
I think me and Alan got in the ring or something, or what was it?
You were doing a cameo. This is how old we are.
Okay.
For the listeners at home that think that we're talking about Ellen the talk show, we're talking about the sitcom.
Yes.
You were a kid and you signed my boxing gloves, and it was just really interesting, man, because you're from East LA, I'm from Chicago.
Right.
And just, I'm such a fan of the few elite athletes like yourself that have, dedicated their whole lives to something.
Yeah.
And you were so present, so kind, so humble, which is rare.
Yeah.
Usually people are assholes.
Oh, fucking douche. I mean, yeah, I actually remember that doing a cameo with Alan. We were sparring, and she was like taunting me and shit, and I mean, Alan was like, she was just coming up, right?
Yeah.
And I made some kind of gesture like to brush my hair with a glove and shit, and then she like fucking panicked and shit and kind of like went down and was like knocked out and shit. I remember that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how we've come along, and all the shit that comes with it, and all the good stuff too. I mean, life since then has been pretty crazy, to say the least.
It has been crazy, and there's so much that I want to get to with you because it's interesting. You're, one of the many reasons I wanted to have you here is you're so honest and so open, and it's really rare for someone like yourself to be that way.
Right.
And I really admire it because that's the way I am. I grew up with my heart on my sleeve, and you're a guy that has seen it all.
Oh yeah.
And it feels like you're still searching.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I mean, just before I announced my fight to come back, and to fight Vidor, I was a fucking lost soul, bro. I mean, it was crazy. I've been searching for years and years. I've been trying to find that fucking recipe,
Yeah.
that recipe to like how is it that I can live a balanced life. I don't want to fucking do I don't want to do 90-10 or 100-0. I want to do 50-50, I want to do maybe 60-40 where it's like I'm productive, I'm doing good, it's like before the announcement of the fight and basically rotting my life away. And don't get me wrong, I'm very functional. I'm a person that can function, that can work, that has businesses, that I have good people around me. I have my kids that I freaking love, that are my everything, and I'm there, I'm present. But then it's like this thing about me, this dark side, that is a fucking beast, man.
What's interesting is that dark side is part of the variable as to why you were and are such a brilliant fighter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and so it's a blessing and a curse.
No, it is a blessing and a curse. I mean, you take, for example, me growing up in East LA with Mexican parents who migrated from Mexico to here. I grew up in a household where they didn't know how to express themselves. They didn't know how to love. They didn't know how to talk to you and have communication.
Right.
And the only communication with me and my mother was the fucking belt. Like, you do something wrong and this fucking belt is going up your ass, That's the only communication I had. So in order for me to succeed at something, to prove to them, to show them that I can be somebody, I found boxing. I found my outlet where I can fight somebody, where I can be angry, where I can do something, where I can just let out my frustrations, And that's exactly why I was good at it, because I couldn't talk back to my parents. I didn't have a mean bone in my body to fucking pick on somebody in the street. I'm just not like that. I've never had a street fight in my life. But I can beat the shit out of somebody in the gym. I can have a amateur fight or a professional fight for that matter, and just let out my frustrations, And so I learned at an early age that I'm gonna use this to just do something with it. This is all I know. This is my life is boxing. My life is fighting. If I don't have training, if I don't have fighting, I tend to veer off and lose myself.
When you say lose yourself, what does that entail?
It entails drinking, it entails drugs, it entails women, it entails a lot of shit that just doesn't really benefit my life, for growth and for becoming a better person. And
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I have good intentions. I'm a good person. I'm the nicest guy, people will say. But my fucking inner demons are pretty powerful.
Right.
Yeah, very powerful.
Well, it's interesting because you said just before this we were talking, and you said, before you started training again, you were really bad.
Yeah.
But then you smiled and you said, but badass. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
You have that duality where you have these demons,
Right.
but there's something if ridden properly,
Right.
it's amazing.
No,
And
it's-
if you're a slave to them,
Yeah.
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, no. If you're a slave to them, then it's all over. I mean, it's if they take over, if you let yourself get manipulated, you know, I call it the system. You know, if you get manipulated by the system, then, and the system can mean a lot of things. The system to me means, you know, my inner demons. You know, if you get manipulated by them, then it's over. It can be over slowly, but it's a slow burn. You know. It's like lighting a candle and just letting it burn. In 3 days, it's gonna be fucking gone, you know.
But I've heard you say that before you get into real trouble, you feel that the spirit of your mother will pull you back.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I've been in shit that I say to myself, "How am I alive?" You know.
So you're sorry to interrupt you. You're trying to medicate yourself. You're trying to not feel the pain.
Yeah, it's pain, but also trying to forget, which is impossible. You can't forget, you know.
But you can forgive.
Yeah, you can forgive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done the work. I've done a lot of fucking work for myself. That's why I'm still here. You know, there's no other reason. I've done a lot of fucking work for myself. I finally realized what it takes to stay sane. What it takes to not have fear. You know, I think fear has been dictating my life for many years. Fear to me is like fear to me is my fucking my kryptonite. It literally is. You know. And I figured out like a long time ago, you know, because I've been to rehab many times. I've been trying to get help a lot of times because I do want to better myself. I do want to grow. I do want to have a life that is worthy of me living. You know.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself. And you know, fear is a motherfucker. Fear is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fear. I mean, fear is. To me, it has two meanings. I fuck everything and run, or face everything and rise. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So fear to me is like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna grab fucking fear by the neck and motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking conquer you. You know?
But you know, fear is an illusion. Fear is, you know, basically fear is your friend.
Yeah, my
fear,
fucking boy Tyson.
Fear is your friend. You know, fear can cook you food. Fear can just coddle you and hug you and love you and rise you up. You know, basically, you know, I faced my inner demons a long time ago, and I forgive myself. Forgiveness is a bullet. You know, basically, I lost 100 pounds. I'm a vegan.
You know, Mike is. I'm getting the chills just thinking about Mike.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that dude. Talk about demons. I mean, good God Almighty.
Yeah.
And you know, he's wears his heart on his sleeve like you do. You're both warriors. You're both mirrors of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, he has learned to love himself and forgive himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're on that path.
I'm on that path, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that path. It's I'm not quite there yet, but I'm close.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about you is it's fascinating is I'm looking at you and you know, because you've been boxing since you were 5.
Right.
And 5 to 37, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So 32 years.
32 years, man.
32 years.
Yeah.
And then 10 years of you in your next chapter.
Right.
And getting lost.
Yeah.
And almost dying.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And here you are circling back and wanting desperately to have that feeling again.
Right. And I'll tell you why, you know, everything happens for a reason, right? In my life. When I was retired, after Manny Pacquiao kicked my ass, I retired like the next day, I believe. I made a huge announcement, you know. I would remember in front of the Staples Center, in front of my statue right there, right? Like I'm watching the statue and I'm fucking just crying like, fuck, this is the way it's gonna end. And I literally wanted to come back and fight again the following day. So I've been waiting like 12 years to have the courage, like to say, to say, hey, you know, today's the day. You can do this. You know, every fucking day I've been telling myself, I want to come back. I want to come back. This is what I love. This is what I miss. I shouldn't be going out this way with Manny Pacquiao losing, you know, stopping me in the fucking 9th round. That's not me. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't garner the fucking the courage to say, you know, Oscar, you can do it, dude. I couldn't do it.
And you couldn't do it because you were obviously operating out of fear, and you were listening to those around you, and what's different about now how it took you 10 years to build up the courage, or you have a new insight?
It just to finally have the balls, man, the courage. That's basically it, you know. Just to really pull the trigger. I mean, you think about. I mean, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'll be watching TV at fucking 2 a.m, right? And you're watching infomercials, and the fucking clapper comes on, right? Fucking light turns on, whatever, and you're thinking to yourself, "Fuck, I thought about that fucking 15 years ago." Shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I start thinking like, well, that's not my invention, because I was scared to fucking start making phone calls and putting the plan together and the business plan and this and that, and it's because of fear, man, because you're scared of the outcome. You're scared of what's gonna happen if you do decide to do it, you know? But
correct me if I'm wrong, but you've only known winning. And for the most part, you know what I mean? And the idea of failure is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Correct?
I mean, when I'm fighting, when I'm training, you don't think about losing. You don't think about failure. It's just not.
Or looking foolish.
No, you're a machine, you know.
And your reference for yourself and how you were defined is that machine,
right? Of
that
course.
can take out Felix Trinidad
I've
win 11 different world titles in 6 different weight classes, and then there you are, and you're 5'10", getting down to 147, which is not easy.
Yeah, I got down to 143 actually.
But correct me if I'm wrong, because I heard this from Freddie, and I shouldn't be talking out of turn, but did you have to hydrate because that weight cut was so difficult?
Oh, bro, I was a zombie. Yeah.
Okay, so think about this for a second, man.
Yeah.
And Freddie's going to probably kill me for saying this, but you know, he was cornering Manny, and he looked at your arms, and he could see that you had to hydrate.
Yeah.
And you needed some IVs.
Sure.
And he told Manny to jump on you from the fucking bell.
Oh, he was an
there
animal.
you are.
Yeah.
You're fucking, you know, an elite, brilliant athlete.
Yeah.
And you've got this Filipino machine.
Right.
Coming at you so fast. When you're watching it as a fan, I couldn't even, he was so fast, it was too fast for the human eye.
Right.
And there you are trying to catch him, and you're beating yourself up for not being able to beat a guy who won in 8 different weight classes, who arguably could be one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter of all time.
Exactly.
You beat yourself up and quit.
Right. Exactly. It was devastating when you can't pull the trigger. When you
because he didn't look like yourself.
No. I mean, I remember walking up to the ring and just barely making it because my legs were so weak.
Holy fuck!
But you know, it's like, you know, I was still in it mentally, right? Because like I still want to fucking beat his ass, you know. But when you have him in front of you, and you can't pull the trigger, if you wait 1 second. It's 1 second too late.
Wait, what do you mean in front of you? Everyone knows that Manny's got angles like no one else.
Yeah.
You don't even mean in front of you. You go and he's next to you.
Exactly.
He's next to you and he's giving you a 3-piece.
Right.
And you're sucking wind and you can't even hold. I was looking at, I mean, it's.
Yeah, there were times actually where I actually literally saw him and everything was slow motion, right, in your head. And I saw him in front of me and it's instinct. It's a quick reaction. You can't wait not even a second, but I just couldn't throw. Like I saw him, the opening was there, but you can't throw. That's when you know it's like, oh shit, okay, something's wrong with your body. Something's wrong with your footwork. Something's wrong. You overtrained. You're dehydrated or whatever it is. It's like everything was just wrong. Yeah.
So listen, I'm just a civilian asking these dumb questions, but from an outsider, I'm looking at you going, at that moment, you've had the most brilliant career, right? The weight cut was impossible. You're totally dehydrated. You're fighting a Tasmanian Filipino devil who is brilliant. Right there, 42 years old. We just saw him fight the elite of the elite, and just a step behind at 42 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that just shows you what type of fighter this guy is. Right. So why wouldn't, out of curiosity, why wouldn't you say to yourself, look, man, I didn't put myself in the best position to win, and for whatever reason, that particular weight cut was brutal. Yeah. I need to go to 54, or I need to something. I need to give myself put myself in a better position. Let me get a rematch. Let me figure this out. Why? Why?
You know what it was? It was my ego, man. My ego always fucking got in my way. I always, I have 6 losses, right? I mean, to
39 wins. Yeah,
39 wins, 6 losses, but 6 losses to great fighters. I mean, like Pacquiao and Mayweather and Hopkins and Trinidad and Mosley. Obviously, I'm not ashamed of them, but I always wanted to fight the best, And Manny Pacquiao, before he fought me, he was coming up. He was beating everybody. He was the next big thing. And so when I said to myself, you know what, fuck it. Let me cut down in weight and let me fight him. I want to fight the best. I want to fight the guy that's beating everybody up, And it was a huge mistake, but it was fun. Call me crazy, it was fun being involved in another big fight. And my reputation in the ring was always, hey, fuck, Oscar took on everybody, man. That's what I love about my career. Whether I came short or not, I always tried. I was always a fighter, a warrior. So
don't go anywhere. How You Live in Jay Piven will be right back after we pay some bills.
Hey everybody, listen. Summer's coming to an end. Leaves are about to fall. While Mother Nature does her thing to prepare for the new season, you can do yours by getting free life insurance quote with Policy Genius. To properly provide for their families, most people need 10 times the life insurance coverage than they get through their employer. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all over the place. Getting started is easy. First, head to policygenius.com. In minutes, you can work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find your best price. When you're ready to apply, the Policy Genius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free. Policy Genius doesn't add on extra fees. Let them do everything. I'm a dummy. Please do it all for me. Thank you. Head to policygenius.com to get started right now. Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. Support for How You Live in Jay Piven is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. You heard that right. Manscaped just launched their 4th generational trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trusted Manscaped, I'm one of them, with this exclusive offer to you, 20% off free worldwide shipping with the code PIVEN at manscaped.com. Now, here's the deal. I'm a hairy Jew, okay? And this thing trimmed me up. I went from Jason Alexander to Jason Statham. In one shoop, everybody wins. I kid you not. I am addicted to this stuff. Look, I'm just like you guys. I've been using these strange, disposable razors, and it's awkward and you cut yourself. So solve this problem. I'm single. I'm 200 years old. I want to have a family. So this is a part of my daily ritual. Get 20% off with free shipping with the code PIVEN at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use PIVEN the code Piven. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. So what's interesting is in that arena, you had no fear.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to make your way in life. But the reality is you got to give yourself a break, man.
Right, exactly.
You give yourself a fucking break. I mean, and forgive me, I'm going to ask some tough questions.
Sure,
but like,
absolutely.
you know, from 5 to 37, you're in training camp. Did you have a childhood? Did you?
No.
Okay.
Zero. Yeah. None whatsoever. It was all just fighting, literally just fighting, training, fighting. No childhood, getting abused, left and right, physically by my mother, so I always grew up very tough.
Yeah.
I grew up tough. I grew up not knowing anything else. It's like not knowing the nurturing, not knowing the it's going to be okay. I love you. This, it's like I just grew up as a machine, basically, to fight, to.
Are you still looking for her approval?
No, I actually did a lot of work to find it, man. Yeah, I finally did. I was those types that when I was younger, I start drinking, whatever, and the mariachi music comes on and shit, and then one of those songs that fucking is a tearjerker, like, then I start remembering my mom, I start crying and bawling. I was one of those. But I actually did a lot of work to, I'll tell you a story. It's fucking hilarious. My interior decorator that helped me decorate my Pasadena place where I live, it's an apartment, because I don't live at home with my family because I'm separated now for about 6 years. But they live close to me in Pasadena. And they have the big estate. I have the little apartment, which is obviously fair because it's my kids, But so I had this interior decorator decorate my place, and one day she told me, Oscar, I'm getting close to you and I'm getting to know you, because it's taking her like over a year to decorate my place. So we're like talking almost every day, and and we're getting to know each other. And so she tells me, I feel there's something missing in you. I feel there's a void in you, and I might have an answer if you wanna search or if you wanna look for something. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Well, I'm a shaman, she tells me. I'm a fucking shaman. And I'm like, what the fuck is a shaman?
Yeah.
And so she starts explaining, I think she went to India or somewhere, and she studied for hours and hours. I don't know what the hell she did, but she goes, look, let's do this little session with shrooms, microdosing, right? And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it, I've done everything else in the fucking book.
That's amazing.
So she actually prepared my little theater room that I have there in the apartment, put candles and everything, and she even told me, fucking, you gotta wear a robe, dude, like fucking Jesus Christ and shit. Look, just look all kumbaya and shit, So I was like, okay, that's cool, Yeah. So I'm thinking, fuck, I'm probably gonna fucking bang her or something, And I mean, you're thinking that, right? Because she's hot and you have a robe on, you have nothing under, you're like, that's my fucking sick head, right?
Okay.
And so she gives me the microdose fucking shrooms and shit, so I take them. And she starts asking me about my childhood. She starts asking me about my mother, because everybody knows the story about how she passed away from cancer before the Olympic Games in '92. And so she asked, so like 30 minutes later, the fucking shrooms kick in. So we go into the room, we sit down, and I close my eyes, and all of a sudden, bro, I went off to the fucking galaxy. I went off to the galaxy. I was like literally looking at the stars, like I was there. I don't know what the fuck I was. I was air, I was water. It wasn't me, like skin and bones. I was just floating,
Spirit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I can see like the fucking stars and the planets and this. It was fucking weird. And then all of a sudden she tells me, okay, we're gonna channel your mother. And all of a sudden I take a dive into the ocean, boom, quick. And I'm going fast down the ocean. All of a sudden I stop. And I'm still like, I don't know what I am. I'm air, whatever it is. And it's beautiful. It's fucking blue. The colors are amazing. Their fish are just swimming around, you know. And all of a sudden, like maybe 20 feet away from me, I can see like the fucking algae or whatever that's just floating, right? And behind it, there's a presence. There's a presence. And all of a sudden, I feel that's my mom. That is my mom. And it didn't look like her. I didn't know what it looked like. It was just a presence. And all of a sudden, or the presence bowed down. And I felt at that moment that she forgave me. You know, because all this fucking time, I thought that I was the wrong one. I thought I was the kid who was fucking just the bad kid getting hit all the time. And when she bowed down, that's when I was free. I was fucking free. I haven't cried since then. I don't drink over her. Nothing, bro. I'm free from her. It's crazy. And then fucking after that happened, I shot back up to the galaxy. Like it was just beautiful. And then she told me, okay, now let's go into little Oscar. And I was like, oh fuck. Here we go. Fucking little Oscar's a fucking animal. So she goes, okay, picture yourself in the most beautifulest place that you can ever be in with little Oscar. And all of a sudden I took myself to like, there were glaciers all surrounding me. It was crazy. It was beautiful, just beautiful. And it's cold, but I don't feel it, you know. And it's like, and I'm still like this. I don't know what I am. It's not me, you know. It's like I'm just floating. And she tells me, okay, picture little Oscar 100 feet away from you, and there's a bridge in between you guys. Picture him walking towards you, okay? And I'm getting nervous now. I have my eyes closed. I'm getting nervous. I'm telling her shit. I'm getting scared. Okay, picture him 50 feet away. Now I'm like, you know what? I can't handle this. I can't fucking handle it. And all of a sudden he's right here. He's right here in my face, and I fucking wake up. I couldn't handle it. And this was like a year ago that I did the shrooms with her. And and that's where it stopped, you know. It was pretty crazy.
Well, first of all, thank you for revealing that. That was
it was fucking intense, man.
That was incredible. And obviously, you know that that woman was supposed to be in your life to
big time,
to lead you onto this.
Yeah.
And so your mother has forgiven you. And listen, I'm just some dummy, and I'm going to say some things that probably don't make any sense, but you see and you felt that your mother forgave you. And then now you have to forgive yourself.
Big time. Exactly.
You have to forgive yourself.
Oh, yeah,
man.
absolutely, bro.
But
you know what's crazy is that, and sorry to interrupt, but what's crazy is that I have from her, from our situation. Right. Like, I don't feel guilty anymore. I don't feel like I was the bad kid. I don't feel like I did wrong with her. But now that I suddenly, like, abruptly woke up and from facing little Oscar, it's like I still haven't forgiven myself from little Oscar, you know? So I still have a lot of work to do. Yeah. You know?
But you can't beat yourself up because we
man.
all do.
I know, yeah.
You know, because I hear the way you're talking about yourself and there's a part of you because you're such a competitive spirit.
Right.
And that's been your blueprint your whole life.
Right.
And you know no other way.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm very hard on myself as well. I get it. But you gotta let it go. I know for me, I've had some insane turns in my life that I would have never ever seen coming. And the thing that got me through was meditation.
Yeah.
If I don't meditate every day,
right,
I would be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'd be in big trouble.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. And I mean, I can't wait to, it's been a year since I've had communication with her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for her. I'm trying to find her. Because I want to put closure on that friction that I have with little Oscar, you know?
Yeah.
That's the missing piece right there. I truly feel that. And by the way, it felt like I had my eyes closed while I was doing the microdosing for 5 minutes. I had my eyes closed for like 3 hours. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was probably the best experience I've ever had, like in terms of like just closure, you know. And so yeah, I can't wait to have closure with little Oscar, man, because I think that's what's missing with me, you know. And I am hard on myself. I'm obviously my biggest critic. I'm a piece of shit. You know, it's fucking like pour me another fucking drink, you know. That's just exactly the way I think, you know, because of that closure that I don't have with little Oscar. A lot of shit happened to me, man, when I was young. A lot of shit, you know. I mean, I was raped at 13 years old. I was molested. I was this, that. A lot of people don't know. I mean, now they do, but family doesn't know. Nobody knows. But it's shit that I have to say in order for me to free myself, so to speak, you know?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why this microdosing that I want to do in regards to little Oscar, it's a must. I have to do it. It's an obsession because she helped me with my mother. I need help with little Oscar. That's the only way I can free myself, you know? Because I can be as nice as I can be with myself. I mean, I'm starting to love myself, but I have that shit with little Oscar that I have to deal with, you know? So.
But the fact that you know that,
yeah,
and you've begun this journey,
right?
And by the way, thank you for revealing that, man. Yeah. That's I for whatever reason have seen you, and I've felt your pain.
Yeah,
and I could see the pain in your eyes and your body, and you're grappling with it,
right?
And you have to stop beating yourself up, man. You've worked so hard for so long,
right?
And given up so much, and going inward and facing yourself and being kind to yourself and loving yourself is the rest will come. And I'm on that journey as well, believe me. And I have no right to even tell you that, except I'm just I'm witnessing you, and I'm on the path as well. And you know, it feels, you know, just the fact that, I mean, for whatever reason, I felt like you needed to tell me that.
Oh, absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
I have to express myself probably every day, you know. I have to like tell someone. I have to like, because me keeping all those fucking demons inside and all those thoughts, it's like, it's bottling it up, you know. It's like pushing everything down, and fucking one day again, it's gonna fucking explode. I don't want that, man. No. I don't need that in my life, you know. And it's like, I feel that I'm almost there. As long as I continue to do some work, you know, because I know all that shit about loving yourself and this and that, and it's happening. It's happening, man.
Right.
You know, like, I'm not a fucking bad guy.
Right.
Everybody who you can talk to on the fucking face of this earth, nobody will ever tell you that I've been an asshole to anybody. You know, I'm just not that. I'm not built that way.
Right.
But I'm an asshole to myself.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But you know, the sooner you learn to surrender. Surrender your, whatever it is, resentment towards the people that did that to you. Whatever that is, and you let it all go, and face yourself. And we all have warts and you know, demons.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, you know, you have to give yourself a break. You didn't have a chance to evolve in the way that most people do. You know what I mean? And now, you know, you may feel childlike because you haven't had a childhood.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So you're like a man child.
Yeah. My woman has said that many times. Yeah, man, it's been quite a ride, man. It's been quite a ride. And look, when I was fighting, I was a fucking straight shooter for a reason, because I had no fear. I had no fucking fear when I'm training, when I'm fighting, when I'm in my element, when I'm doing what I know what to do, right? In the ring, fighting, training, in the gym. That's my fucking, I own that, you know? And when I retired, it's like fucking life was just, it wasn't miserable. It wasn't, you know, it was just lost. You know, it was foggy, you know? And so now coming back, I'm not coming back for the glory. I'm not coming back for the money. I'm not coming back. I'm coming back because I want to put closure on myself. I want to put closure on that chapter, you know. I want to do it for myself. I fought for everybody. I fought for the fucking world, you know. I want to fight for myself now. I want to do it my way, you know. I'm training. I'm not going to the mountains now and secluding myself for 3 months and not seeing my family and my kids and fucking missing out on life. No, my camp is right here in Pasadena, in my fucking backyard, you know, breathing the fresh air, having my kids watch me train. Fucking beautiful, man.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that your last fight was with Manny, and you said, you know, it's because you never ducked a fight.
Yeah.
And obviously we're dealing with fighters today, and they figure out ways to not fight the best and to prolong their careers. And there's not a lot of people that are anything like you.
Yeah.
So, but once again, true to your nature, here you are fighting Vitor Belfort, who is an animal.
Fucking animal.
And he walks around 60 pounds heavier than you.
Yeah.
And his knockout record is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? And you somehow want to fight him.
Yeah, I mean, it's
What's wrong with you?
Again, I'm fucking, I need that fucking microdose and shit. I'll probably go up with fucking shrooms and shit.
Listen, I tell you what, after you fight Vitor, you, me, Vitor, whoever you want, we'll go to Peru. You know what I mean?
We gotta invite Mike Tyson. That's for
We'll
sure.
bring Mike. We'll take some ayahuasca. We'll just we'll smoke the toad. Let's go deep.
Exactly.
I really want to go
it's-
deep with you guys. I need to do some work as well.
I'm telling you,
I'm
it's,
inspired by your journey. I really am, and by your honesty.
Yeah.
And you're very brave to be this open and honest.
Thanks, man. It takes a lot, because the only way I can be honest is when I'm in the ring fighting, when I'm, you know, and now that I can speak my mind and I'm not afraid, it's like monumental to me. It's pretty special, because it makes me vulnerable, yes, and I hate being vulnerable, but that's the only way that I can, you know, that I can keep myself sane, that I can, you know, that I can open up, and that I can, you know, just make sure that
But it isn't the only way that you can keep yourself sane.
I mean, it's the only way I've known, you know.
It's the only way you've known, and the unknown is scary.
Yeah.
It's scary, man. And, you know, I've made a living making a fool of myself, okay? And so I'm here to tell you that I know that scares you, but the reality is we can't thrive and succeed if we hold on to that fear. You know, it's like everyone told me, you can't do stand-up comedy, bro. It just, come on, you can't. You're fucking 50 years old. Are you a dummy? You know what I mean? You can't just suddenly go, you know, and I got an hour set, and I sell out all over the country, and I'm having the time of my life, and I work my ass off. And it's scary as shit. And you doubt yourself, and you have to work through all of that humiliation. You know, I'm going to play a tap dancer next. Everyone's like, are you fucking kidding me, you old Jewish piece of shit? There's no way you're going to be able to do that. And so you have to go, you know, I at least have to try. And so there are different arenas, and maybe there are things that you want to try, but that old fear of yours is still there.
Oh, big time. And it's funny because, you know, people like us, and that's why we're so great at what we do when we put our mind to it, because of that fucking fear, because the way we think, you know, it's like it's almost being genius in a way, where, you know, I'm gonna do something like, for instance, you're probably gonna fucking kill it tap dancing. Like, I know that for a fact, because just the way we think, the way we are, you know, it's like, fuck that. Nobody's gonna fucking, you know, nobody's gonna fucking even think that I can't do it. Like, fuck you. You know, I'm not doing it to show you. I'm doing it to fucking show me, you know. And so that's exactly why I was able to win fucking world titles and gold medal and this and that, because I always had people fucking telling me, you can't fucking do it. You can't do it. So I didn't want to prove to them. I wanted to prove to myself that I fucking can do it. That's why I always, for some strange reason, and call it fucking, I don't know, somebody's looking down at me and fucking watching over me or something, because I should have been dead many times over from shit that's happened to me, you know. But
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
yeah, bro.
What?
I mean, you know, I was once. This was after I retired. I mean, within those 10 years of just losing myself, you know, I ended up fucking overdosing. Nobody knew. Doctors hid it. You know, it's like I have like fucking minions that just hide everything, right? You know, just fucking, if Oscar does something, fucking hide it. You know, fucking out in the street, fucking at 5 a.m, just fucking walking like a zombie, almost getting run over in the freeways. You know, it's shit like that. Pretty bad.
Now, you mentioned that these were moments where were they all triggered by something specific that you wanted to kind of numb? You know, your mother, the pain,
sure, yeah.
the incidents that happened when you were growing.
It's back in that time. Yeah, it's like, yeah, the pain of the mother, you know, not having the love, just all sorts of things, you know. It's like, I think about it now and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you have everything, dude, you know, and everything meaning like, I have 6 kids that fucking love me, that I have a relationship with.
That's incredible.
You know, yeah, it's pretty cool with 4 different moms, you know. Amazing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean you're missing? But I'm the first one to fucking like feel sorry for myself. I love fucking getting under the covers and just fucking feeling sorry for myself. Like, what the fuck?
You're a drama queen.
I'm a fucking drama queen, bro.
Interesting.
Big time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You have so many different sides. It's just incredible, man. But it's interesting because, by the way, can you check to see if we have any caffeine that's right outside that door? Because we need a little more. We just need a little something. I just need some pure Bolivian cocaine right now with Oscar. We got to go fucking deep. Come on!
Wait, we haven't got deep enough, or what?
Can you just check really quickly, brother? Thank you.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been fucking a roller coaster, man.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I feel that I can survive this, you know. Yeah.
You can survive it, and I'm here to tell you, and I'm not just theorizing because I know your pain. I know it, man, and I'm telling you, there is nothing more powerful than being completely torn down, stripped down on your hands and knees, and then bringing yourself back up alone without anyone. If you do it and you do that, it is so powerful, man. It's so powerful because then you know nothing can really, you know, I'm not going to take things personally. I'm sorry, guys. I know you want me to be offended. I know you want me to give up now, but I've been through hell. And I've made it back. And it's all on my own. It's very powerful.
Right. It is.
And so for you, I would almost say, and I am no position to give you advice about anything, but I hear you say things like, you have such clarity, and you when you're boxing, and you know what to do, and you can thrive, and all that stuff, and the rest of it is you're unclear about and murky, and you and. It's so easy right now for people just to go bad on other people and take all their pain and fear and doubts and put it on Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar, you're a crackhead. You're a fucking loser, chump. Fucking why are you doing this? You know, that's what they're gonna say. You know, and these people, and I don't. How do you take that?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm fucking human, you know. It's like I read a lot of comments, you know, and I tell myself, you know what, I mean, you fucking brought it up upon yourself, you know. Those are the consequences, you know. Those are the consequences, and you have to change them. You have to work at yourself and not convince. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just here to fucking work on myself. That's it. Right. And everything else will fall into place, you know? I mean, this fucking idiot, what's his name? Dana White. talking all this shit about, oh, well, cocaine is this and that. Yeah, I fucking tried it. Yeah, I do it. I fucking did it. That was my fucking life. When I was retired, I got caught up in all this shit with addiction and this and that. And you know what? It's fucking sad.
Yeah.
So when you're going to fucking talk shit about somebody who has addictive personalities or whatever, it's like, just stop and think what you're fucking doing, you know? Like, you're fucking literally talking shit about millions of people that have issues, you know? So, and then, motherfucker, you have never even put on a fucking glove. You have no idea what that shit is, you know? It's crazy. So that's what pisses me off. But it's also a motivation to just just to get better, you know, to get back on that right track, you know.
So think about that for a second. Maybe it was planted there for you as another muse.
I can see it that way. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I can see it that way, but he's still a fucking asshole.
He is, but Oscar, you're smarter than that.
Of course.
You know you are.
But I'm human.
I'm
human.
Of course you are. But
hey, by the way, this fucking smells good.
Thank you, buddy. The J Piv Robusto.
Nice. Where's the leaf from?
Co-signed. This is from the DR.
Fuck.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So one of the many things that I've learned along my journey is that when someone unloads their pain on you and says terrible things about you, is, you take a breath, you take a beat, and you look at them and they go, oh, because the reality is they're in such pain.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Very
I mean,
true.
someone looks at you and you trigger something in them. So you don't know the way they see you. They look at Oscar, okay, he was a fucking champion.
No.
Oh, I wasn't a champion. You're fucking, and now you're slipping. Now you're slipping, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You piece of shit. You're a fucking loser drug addict, aren't you? Yeah, I knew it. I feel better now.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel better. I feel better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen,
I'm gonna go fucking do Fuck It Friday, or what the fuck did he do?
but the thing.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.
But the thing is, man, it's like if you can just, and bear with me, it's gonna sound again like some kumbaya shit.
No, but I get it.
I'm telling you, brother, because you don't think that I have haters.
Of course,
we all
do.
Of course,
we all do.
Because we trigger something in them.
Right, of course. Yeah.
And
I always said I was the first fucking person to say, like, hey, the more fucking critics and haters you have, the better you're fucking doing. You know? Like, that's how I measured my success. You know? And you're right. Thank you for the reminder.
It's okay. And again, I'm going to go back to this because you know more than anyone that the difference between, and I want to hear from you, the difference between good and great, because unless we build habits, unless we get focused, if I don't meditate every day, if I don't go inward, and that's that, and I'm not going to tell you to do anything, and that's one of the things about meditation.
I'm already actually doing it. Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I've started taking yoga. I've started taking this breathing work, and
right.
I really haven't.
That's all adorable.
I haven't done the work. Yeah, exactly. That's cute.
It's really cute. But let me let me explain something to you, brother. Just because it's something that I know.
Sure.
Yoga is gymnastics, and it's great. And yoga was devised, 3,000 years ago in India, longer. As a way to open up your body and limbs and meridians to be in the place where you are available to then meditate. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're on the right path.
Right.
And I've been to India and I did documentaries on revealing the nature of yoga, and I'm a student and I don't know anything, but I'm just telling you about my journey, And one of the great things about, I feel like this is the worst fucking TED Talk in the history of TED Talks, and I apologize. But one of the great things about meditation, which I think we all can benefit from, is you're sitting there and then you have these thoughts and you can just fall prey to these thoughts and fears and the circus and doubts and these voices, you know, and we all have it. Yeah, how many times have you heard someone go, bro, I can't meditate. I got too much going on. Oh, really? You do? I don't. That's amazing. Wow, you have a very active meat bubble. Wow, you have so many thoughts. We all do, man.
Of course.
So the question is, can you just see those thoughts and go, oh, okay, hey, friend, you know, your service is no longer needed. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. And just keep it moving, keep it moving until you're totally present and in your body, and you just start owning that feeling and being present and forgiveness. And I just feel like you're on this path, man.
Yeah, no,
where you want it and you see it.
Right. Well, what's crazy is that I was already on that path many years ago. You know, many years ago. For many years, I was preaching that path. I was on that path, and it's a beautiful fucking life. But when I retired, and when you start letting those fucking demons take over, when you start to,
that's when you need it the most.
That's when you need it the most, exactly. And so I didn't. When I told you that I got lost, I was fucking lost, bro. I was lost. And you're right, you know, why should I be hating on people? Why should I be even listening to those fucking voices? Of course, I know all that, but I'm slowly but surely dusting off, you know, the anger, the pain, the everything, you know, that I lived for 10 fucking years. 10 years of misery, bro. 10 years, you know. I'll be back.
Of course you will. And by the way, you have a choice. You can either embrace that time because you are a fucking animal. Yeah. You're an animal, and but there's so many different sides to you.
Sure.
And so why not embrace those years and rock bottom, and let that inform the rest of your journey, which is going to be beautiful, and you're going to be totally present, and you know what I mean. You can do. I really believe that you have so much potential because you're a seeker.
Yeah. You know what? It's. I feel like
we're on a man's retreat right now, by the way.
No, it's crazy because I feel I'm on my way, and I can't wait for this next journey of my life, man. It's gonna be the best one yet. You know, in terms of just feeling peace with myself, in terms of not having to fucking let these fucking voices get to me, or you know, it's like. That's what my life should be, you know. It's like, fuck, I've worked hard. I've done everything I've had to do. Just enjoy with your kids, enjoy with your family, enjoy with yourself. Take a fucking deep breath and just relax, dude. Just chill, right?
Right.
I can't wait for that, man.
Well, it's interesting because you understand it intellectually,
I do.
and you just want to own it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. Yeah. You will, and don't beat yourself up.
Right.
You're going to get there, man.
I will, man.
You know, there's going to be a day when you walk into a room and there isn't a person in that room that can offend you.
Right.
No matter what they've said or done to you.
Exactly.
You know, and by the way, I'm saying that everything I'm saying to you, I'm saying to myself. Literally. I swear to you.
I hear you, brother.
Don't go anywhere. How You Live in J Piven will be right back after we pay some bills.
All right, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I have something terminal. I have male pattern baldness. I inherited it from my father. It's been documented. You know, I've been making movies since I was 18 years old. It's not pretty what's going on with me. I would literally take Alec Baldwin's back hair and staple it to my forehead if he would let me. But there's a better alternative. It's called Keeps. Okay, it's easy, affordable. I love it. You just, because we're all looking, you know, guys are very self-conscious. I know I am. I've been dealing with this tragedy for a long time. So Keeps is, look at this. You know, I'm holding it strong right now. I'm a believer in the product. It's easy to use. Low-cost treatments start at just $10 per month. $10 to save your hair? It's a no-brainer, man. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/Piven to receive your first month of treatments for free. That's keeps.com/Piven to get your first month free. keeps.com/Piven. What are you guys waiting for? Let's get back in the game, you bald fuck. I'm in a new business. I've got these great cigars called the Piv Robusto, and I'm going to be sending them all over the place, man. So I am all about Stamps.com. Stamps.com brings the service of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. Okay? You don't have to stand in line like a dummy at the post office while some lunatic goes postal. Look, simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send. And with my promo code PIVEN, P-I-V-E-N, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Forget about all that. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in PIVEN, P-I-V-E-N. That's Stamps.com, promo code PIVEN. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Thank you, guys. Do the right thing. Please don't go postal.
You better.
So, by the way, when is this fight? When is
September 11th.
September
Yeah.
11th?
Staples Center. Wow. Where it all started, man. Yeah. Wow. I fought once there against Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yes.
Were you there?
I was not at that fight.
Yeah. That fucking fight was brutal.
Wow.
That was probably one of the most, I guess, the funnest fight. Is that a word? Funnest?
The most fun.
The most fun fight I've ever had, bro.
There you go.
We were going back and forth, fucking animals, bro. Just going back and forth. And yeah, then they fucking put a statue of me outside the fucking Staples Center.
It's crazy.
Love it. And so now I'm fighting there again.
That's what's so crazy. I mean, there's nothing natural about fame. There's nothing. And by the way, that's one of the many reasons why you can't beat yourself up. You never had a childhood.
Yeah.
They're building statues of you,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to just be, you're not supposed to let yourself be defined
Right.
by the way people see you.
Yeah, no shit.
You got to do a lot of work on yourself.
Absolutely,
And it's all part of it, man.
Right.
I mean, do you feel like when all that was happening, you let that go to your head?
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. It's like, fuck, the golden boy can't do shit wrong. I have fucking minions all around me who are gonna fucking just take care of everything. If I do anything wrong, if I do everything right, whatever, it's like I have people taking care of everything. I can't do anything wrong, so it's like it allows me.
You're not gonna suffer any consequences.
There's no consequences whatsoever. That's what's fucked up, And yeah, did it get to my head? Fucking A. But again, I was never an asshole. I was never a fucking douche. That's the one thing I'm proud of, But having no consequences, bro. Fuck. It's like it's fucking. It's like going to a fucking candy store and just grabbing the fucking candy and just walking out, not paying, and going back again. And there's no consequences. Nobody's gonna fucking take you to jail or because you're stealing, It's like you do whatever you want to do. Fuck yeah, it got to me. Big time.
And where are you now with all that?
I'm in a good place right now. I've been in a good place for a while. I'm not quite there where I want to be, because I have to do that shroom session again with little Oscar. I think once I do that, then I will have closure, and hopefully I can find fully that peace, that peace of mind, yeah. It's still gonna take a lot of work for the rest of my life, bro.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
man.
It's literally like brushing my teeth, It's like I have to fucking do work for myself. You got to brush your teeth every fucking day. Just doing maintenance, man. Maintenance work on myself. I love it.
Absolutely. And the great thing about you is you've got such great discipline.
Yeah.
That once
Yeah.
you focus
That's an advantage.
that once you focus on something else,
Right.
because I had this image of you as you were talking. I had this image of you of helping addicts. It was interesting.
Interesting.
As you were talking
Well, I
about.
gotta help myself first. That's for sure.
What's that?
I gotta help myself first. You know,
Bro,
Fuck
you're
that.
you're so honest
Yeah.
and ready to heal and to work.
Yeah, big time. I think I'm there. It's something's happening with me that is pretty cool. I've been now training for this fight for the last about 5-6 months. I've been crazy clean. I've drank here and there a couple glass of wine, whatever, but it's been about 2 months since I've had a little glass of wine or something. But I feel great, man. I feel really good. I feel like there's there's maturity involved. There's like fucking wake up and fucking smell the coffee, literally, you know. And but this shaman shit was a game changer. The shroom session was a game changer. It really was. And so I think I'm on my way. I really do.
Isn't it great just like having clarity
Yeah.
and waking up
Fuck.
and just so you can just continue that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know I can. Yeah.
You know you
and it's a
can.
balance, bro. Like I said, I don't want to fucking live my life like this, you know? It's like, no, I want to live it here, you know? Just fucking balance, right in the fucking slot, you know? Right
See,
in the slot.
You know, it's so
Yeah.
interesting. You know exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of like going after it,
Yeah.
and you're absolutely on the right path.
Yeah, man.
And it's fascinating because people they're looking in at you, and they're seeing you fighting this monster, right?
Yeah.
And but yet you know you don't have any fear of him because you know that you have all those years of experience
Yeah, exactly.
navigating those rules.
Exactly.
And fighting a guy who you're afraid at any moment is going to shoot for the takedown or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a different striking game.
Exactly.
So in your mind, you know,
Of course.
I mean, we all knew that, McGregor was one of the greatest strikers of all time in the MMA.
Right.
But Floyd knew, look,
Of
I'm
course.
just going to dance
Of course.
around and you're going to
Yeah.
gas out. And
It's like I know what to expect now, you know, because I've done all the fucking work. I've gotten knocked down fucking I don't know how many times. I've gotten back up, luckily, right? I'm still here, thank God. Fuck. But I already know what to expect. Like that fucking monster's gonna come at me. Well, guess what? Fucking 12 years ago, you came at me once, you fucking dropped me, but I learned something, you know? It's like I picked up something every single time that I was dropped.
right.
And now I'm ready, you know? Now I'm fucking ready to tackle it. Now I'm ready to just fucking hug it, embrace it, dance with it, you know? Fucking make love to it, whatever. I'm ready.
That's
you know?
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're excited as hell.
I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I can fight for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in certain ways, you can, because, I mean, life is that beautiful dance
Yeah.
where
yeah.
things are always going to come at us,
Yeah.
and they're going to try to take us down at every turn.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I was up on stage last night, and just before I got on, the woman whispered something in my ear that someone's here, and like immediately something comes up
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
of you, and to perform on your highest level, as you know, whether it be
Yeah.
an artist or a fighter who's an artist, if you're not totally present in that state of play,
Yeah, yeah.
ready for fucking anything to
Right.
dance, working on your highest level, if it's a fucking rap,
Yeah.
you're not gonna,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not gonna.
It something blocks, right? Something. Yeah. It's pretty-
You're a
it's-
lesser
it's-
version of what
yeah,
you're capable
yeah,
of
Exactly.
in any arena.
And we want to be the best version we can ever be every single fucking time. Yeah.
Right. And that just takes reps.
Yeah.
Reps. People come to me, man, I want to blow up tomorrow, man. How do I do it? I'm an actor. I'm like, you're not going to want to hear the answer. They're like, what is it? I'm like, do a student film. Do everything that comes your way. Get those reps. Get on set.
Yeah.
Be an extra. Watch the greats work. Get in there. Go to acting class. Go. Grind. They're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I wish you could hack into the system and skip the line, but you're not going to like it anyway
Exactly.
if you do that,
Yeah.
because you're going to crash and burn.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the other night, yeah, I as I'm getting up on stage, because stand up is the same engine as acting but a different gear, you know?
Yeah.
And so it used to get to me when something would come up like that.
Yeah.
If something gets into your head, it would kind of get in my way. And now it's like, that doesn't concern me. That's thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you for
No,
that.
I hear you.
But I'm just going to be totally present, have a blast.
Right.
Standing
Yeah.
ovation. Everyone won. It was so great to walk through that,
Right.
as you will, that feeling again
Yeah.
of being totally present. You know,
Yeah.
you've worked your whole life for this. You're going to have a blast.
Right.
I'm going to put all my money on you. No pressure.
No pressure, bro.
The house, I'm betting my house.
If I lose, I'll pay you back. I have a funny story about that distraction and being present. And I was fighting Shane Mosley at the Staples Center, and it was literally like the fucking Oscars. They said everybody was fucking there, like fucking the Spielberg and fucking Lucas and you name it. Everybody was there, right? So I'm fighting. The fight is fucking tough. I mean, nonstop. And I said to myself, you know what? Fuck, I want to look out in the audience. Right there and then, I knew I was distracted. Like, I'm going to look at the audience so I can see who's out there. Like, you can't do that, you know? I never did that. So I looked to my right, and Salma Hayek and Jennifer Lopez are, like, fucking wearing nice little short skirts and shit. I think Jennifer, like, crossed her legs and shit, and I fucking went, oh, shit. You can probably see it in the film. I said, oh, shit. From right there and then, the fucking fight was over, bro. He fucking kicked my ass. I was distracted.
Isn't that interesting?
I couldn't get back into the fucking game of it. The mental game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It's a powerful fucking tool, man. It's a powerful fucking tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, you learn from that.
Yeah.
And that's what we all do.
Exactly.
You know, and again, you're only human.
Yeah. Never invited Jennifer and Selma to my fights ever again.
Never again. But but they are gorgeous, and you're only
Oh my
human.
gosh, beautiful.
And you know, I defy any man to not look down in that particular situation,
Exactly.
right? So you know what I mean. But at the same time,
Yeah.
you know what it's like to dedicate your entire life to something, to be on the elite of the elite level, and you have to be locked in.
Exactly.
And even the power of the nicest, you know, posterior chain in the
Anything.
game.
It can be anything.
In a
man.
skirt.
Yeah.
Right. It could be anything.
Could be anything. If it just gets you out of your concentration, you know, you're locked and loaded, you know, it can be anything. Fuck, we're done, you know, if we're not prepared, you know, if we're not prepared. Yeah, I wasn't prepared at that time. I think I'm getting prepared just now, you know. Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
happening.
That's what's crazy
Yeah.
is that, and this is why so many athletes, you know, go off the reservation.
Sure.
Because in the prime of their life, 37 years old, you're in the prime of your life
Yeah,
when you
big time.
retire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then suddenly it's like all you've done is that, and you have to like somehow be totally present and prepared for another chapter that you're
Right.
not prepared for.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
It's
and
crazy.
you've been celebrated. There are statues. Oh, okay, yeah. Now it's totally different.
Right.
Now go ahead and navigate this.
Yeah.
It's not easy, man.
It's not easy, man. It's not easy. So it's. I didn't get this handbook, you know, when I was 17 years old, winning the gold medal for the U.S. I didn't get a handbook. Okay, you got to live life this way. Like, this is gonna come at you. This is gonna fucking. People are gonna act this way and this and that. Like, I just had to learn it all by myself.
Yes,
You
but it's
know?
the best way to learn it.
Well, that's the best way, yeah.
Because, you know, these people that come at you and know how to get under your skin because they're intimidated by you
Sure.
and they know all the buttons to push.
Right.
Once they don't affect you, you're unstoppable,
Yeah,
man.
big time.
Unstoppable.
And I know that feeling. I just gotta.
But I'm going to be
Yeah.
totally blunt with you right now.
Right.
I've seen you recently
Yeah.
go back and throw shots at so-and-so.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I
and
know.
I'm just
I know.
going,
I know
Oscar,
that
why
feeling.
Are you, why even go
Yeah.
there?
I know that feeling from 20 years ago. Like, I know that. Like, that's who I was. The 10 years when I was retired fucked me up. It fucked me up. It made me that person that's gonna pay attention to those fucking critics. It made me the person who's gonna fucking believe that you're a piece of shit.
Why?
Because I wasn't fighting, I wasn't training, I wasn't in my element.
So you're defined
yeah,
by being the world's greatest boxer.
yes,
And that's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's okay. And once you realize that that is a
Yeah.
part of you, and
Yeah.
you came by it honestly,
Yeah.
you know, I saw your body. You weren't on PEDs, okay? So you did it all cleanly,
Yeah.
right? You had no fucking help.
zero.
So you did it all the gold medals and the 11 world titles.
Yeah.
No one can touch that.
Right.
Now you're going to go to another phase.
Sure.
And it's going to be just as great.
Exactly.
You don't have to just be defined
Exactly.
as you know that.
Yeah, it's happening, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited. It's happening. Yeah, it's life is happening finally
That's great, man.
on my terms, the way I want to. You know, it's I'm doing this for me, finally for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's taken a lot of years, but I think I'm finally there, man.
Yeah, me too. You can't.
Yeah.
We can't beat ourselves up. We we can't compare ourselves to other people.
Sure.
You know, because on paper, the people would look at us and go, "You fucking it took you guys this long, half a century, dummies, really?" You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you can't. We all our journeys are completely different.
They are, man.
You know, I feel like we're kindred spirits because the reality is, I got up on stage at 8 years old. My father was my coach. My mom
Okay.
was my coach.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And my whole life, I've been on
Yeah.
stage. I have no rust on me.
Huh.
So imagine I've been a pro
Sure. Yeah.
for 40 years.
Right.
Like it hasn't stopped.
Right.
There was no downtime, except there was a little bit of a downtime
Mm-hmm.
when that's a whole other story, which would take another 7 podcasts to even talk about.
Yeah.
But you know, my father, and I don't know the way he was with you, and I want to hear it, but my father was very, very tough on me as an actor.
Yeah.
He would say to me, "There's
Sure.
one actor in this room, and you ain't it."
Huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go
Yeah.
again.
Right.
And it messed with me. Now,
Yeah. Fuck.
all he wanted was for me to be the best actor I could be.
Sure.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, and he didn't
But
know
it
how to
hurt.
express it. Right? He didn't know how to express it. Like my father never told me he was proud of me after my biggest victories in my career. It's like I didn't even hear it when I won the gold medal. You know, like, "Hey son, I'm proud of you. Come here, give me a hug." Like I just recently told my dad that I love him. I had to do it. Cuz I needed to.
But that's great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's when I say I'm getting there, it's like it's happening little by little,
That's amazing.
And it took me so many years, and it's like it's funny how it happened. Like, I was waiting for that closure. Like I was waiting for my dad to tell me, "Dude, you tell me you love me, dude." And he couldn't do it. So I said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna tell him that I love him." So one day we're fucking, I don't think we were even drinking. We were at this like little Mexican fiesta, whatever, and I go to my dad, "Hey," I put my arm like that, "I love you," and I kind of like, fuck it. I'm waiting for him to fucking punch the lights out of me or something,
Yeah.
And he fucking gets me, and he just tells me, "Son, I love you too," and fucking right there, it's like our relationship started. It was crazy. It's pretty cool. This happened like a year ago.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're on an incredible journey. It's
Yeah.
only going to get better. I tell my mom I love her every day. I'm a mama's boy. As
Beautiful, man.
yeah, man. She's been my
Yeah.
acting teacher. I was lucky enough to work with her on set the other day, on a movie, and it was just such an honor to be
Yeah.
able to work
Oh,
side by side. I mean, it was just unbelievable, and she was so grateful. I was
Yeah.
so incredibly grateful.
Yeah.
So we honor, our parents, and yet it's a fine line between constantly looking for their approval,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
Because are you still feeling like that with your father?
No, not with him anymore. Not with him anymore, and with my mother, I have the closure.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, I just gotta face little Oscar one day. That's it.
But that's what it's all about,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Because just that kind of like self-love.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
and facing ourselves. And
Well, that's
knowing-
what they say. What they say when you jump on the plane, right? That's like the air, the oxygen, right? You put it on yourself first, and then you put it on somebody else, on your loved ones, right? It's like you have to love yourself first. Love yourself first before you can love anybody else, you know? I've been doing it the other way around. Like, I love people. I want to do everything I can for everybody. But then fucking when I go home, it's like, shit, poor me. Like, you know, and I feel sorry for myself. Like, shit, because I have nothing, you know?
But you have to stop saying that.
Yeah.
You really have to stop saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
and stop thinking that.
Yeah.
And you're going to break that cycle.
I will.
You know,
I will.
you are. I can
I will.
feel it. And
I
for
will.
some reason, we've been drawn to each other.
Yeah, I will.
We text each other, and you say these amazingly vulnerable things to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I got to sit down with you, and
Yeah.
and
appreciate
we're
it, man.
we're all in your corner, man. And I think more people will be once they see this,
Yeah.
and they see because you grew up in the Mexican macho culture
Right.
in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was pretty tough. Yeah. I remember taking my first drink when I was like 7 years old. You know, Mexican fiestas, the men are in the back, you know, drinking, and the women are in the kitchen all the time. And I was the kid who was designated to grab the beer for the men. You know, hey, go grab a beer for your tío, you know, Chuy. Go to the kitchen and grab a Budweiser or whatever. So I would take it, and then after a while, after like 10 times, like one of my uncles says, well, why don't you just open it yourself and have a little sip? Just a little sip. No problem. Well, fucking 30 sips after, I'm like fucking loaded. At 7 years old, I don't know what, passed out, whatever, you know, ended up getting, you know, fondled, whatever, molested, whatever, third eye. It's crazy story. But that's when it first happened, yeah, at 7 years old. That's when I guess those demons fucking entered my fucking soul, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. And it's not your fault.
I learned that.
Yeah.
I learned that it wasn't my fault. Yeah, I learned that it was my fault, but I still have to put closure on that one because, yeah, those fucking shrooms are fucking magical, bro. I gotta make that call again and have that session to put closure on little Oscar, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you will also get to the point where you won't just need the mushrooms because you'll have
Exactly,
this
yeah.
meditative practice,
Sure.
and you'll have a way to like
Yeah.
kind of go inward and do that thing. But you're seeking this. I mean, what
Yeah.
you know, you're so brave. You really are, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
To be this honest
Right.
and vulnerable with yourself.
Yeah.
And you just have to know you've done incredible things.
Yeah.
You're an incredible person. You're transitioning into all these different, you know, embracing different versions of yourself, who you are, and allowing yourself to not be defined as just this brilliant boxer.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's okay to be a civilian like all of us.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you know, but you get that. You get it
Yeah.
intellectually. You're
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
I don't know. God damn, we got deep today, didn't we?
Fuck.
I love it.
We got fucking deep, bro. Fuck. We got fucking deep, bro. Jesus, fuck.
I can't wait to smoke a cigar with you after your fight.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll do it, man. Fucking A. Fucking A. Can't wait, man.
September
Let's go to
12th.
fucking Peru and shit. Where the fuck are we going? Peru?
Peru. Do some ayahuasca.
Yeah. I heard one of my buddies actually did the ayahuasca. He said it fucking just changed his life. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, you know, it's funny. I have a deep-rooted fear of ayahuasca because I know I have friends who are shamans, you know?
Okay.
And people that have dedicated their lives to it. And they tell me that you face your own death.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you have to be able to walk through it.
Okay.
And you know, it's really, really heavy.
Yeah.
And I have a healthy fear of it, but I know that I have to do it.
Right, of
And I
course.
can't wait to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I feel, man.
Plant medicine is heavy, and I can't wait to get into it. Maybe we'll circle back. We'll circle back after some plant medicine.
Fucking A.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm all down for it, man. Jesus, fuck, we went deep. Fuck.
I feel like I could.
But I love it. I fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Fucking love it, man. It sets me free, you know?
How You Live in J Piven is a Cast original podcast in association with Common Enemy and Tenderfoot TV. Producer is Kyle Tequila. Theme song by Common. Executive producer for Cast is John Spack. Executive producers for Tenderfoot TV are Donald Albright and Payne Lindsay. Executive producers for Common Enemy are Jared Einson and Dave Osico. Catch all new episodes of How You Live in J Piven every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.